Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the one important part and next part of the agri-allied activities, that is animal husbandry and fishery and poultry. So today's topic of discussion is the fishery sector and poultry sector of Indian agricultural sector. Before that, we are going to just take the review of livestock production and livestock population. According to FAO Stat production data 2019, India ranks third in the eggs production in the world. The eggs production in the country has increased from 78.48 billion in 2014-15 to 114.38 billion in 2019-20. The if we look at the annual growth rate of eggs production, it was 4.99% during 2014-15, and thereafter there has been a significant improvement in the eggs production with the 10.19% growth registered in 2019-20 over the previous year. So from 2014-15, eggs production taken a big leap and increased on an average 10.19% per annum. The per capita availability of eggs was 86 eggs per annum in 2019-20. Poultry production in India has taken a quantum leap in the last 4 decades, emerging from use of unscientific farming practices to commercial production system with state of the art technological intervention, etc. Below figure we are going to discuss in the next slide shows the trend of the per capita availability of the milk and eggs. According to the data 2019, India ranks fifth in the meat production in the world, and meat production in the country has increased from 6.7 million tons in 2014-15 to 8.6 million tons in 2019-20. The annual growth rate of meat production was 5.98% in 2019-20. Here is the graph. We can show the livestock population and production. So the blue color line shows the per capita availability of milk, and a yellow color line shows the per capita availability of the eggs. And this is the uh, data taken from the government ministry. On the x-axis we have taken the per capita availability of milk gram per day, and on the y-axis we have taken per capita availability of eggs number per annum. And on the x-axis we have taken the years, and on the y-axis we have taken per capita availability of milk and eggs. If you see the both graphs, that is availability of milk and per capita availability of eggs, have the steady increase and upward trends over the years from 2019 to 2008-9 to 2019-20. Steadily milk availability and eggs availability increasing. We can see that the per capita availability of milk has somewhat more growth than the per capita availability of eggs. Some recent initiatives in the livestock sector have been taken by the government. COVID-19 lockdown caused a drop in the market demand due to closure of the outlets selling livestock products, etc. With closure of sweet shops and tea stalls, a large number of private dairies were impacted and they stopped milk procurement from the farmers. This resulted in the farmers diverting their milk to the cooperatives. As a result, milk procurement in the cooperative sector increased because, as per their mandate, they could not reject milk supplied by the farmers. The cooperatives are faced with liquidity problem due to higher conversion into milk powders and white butter caused by higher milk procurements. Steps were taken to keep a close surveillance on the milk situation and facilitate a resolution of the issues relating to the forward and backward linkages for smooth supply of milk and milk products during lockdown. As one-time support, a sub-scheme for providing interest subvention on working capital loans was designed for the financial year 2020-21. Under the ongoing scheme, state dairy cooperatives and farmer producers organizations to provide interest subvention of 2% per annum with an additional incentive of 2% interest subvention for prompt and timely repayment to the financially stressed milk unions. Consequent upon budget announcement on inclusion of livestock sector in Kisan Credit Card into February 2020, 1.5 crores dairy farmers of milk cooperatives and milk producer companies were targeted to provide Kisan Credit Cards as a part of Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar Bharat package. Now we are going to discuss the poultry sector of India. The poultry sector in India has undergone major shift in structure and operation during last 2 decades due to technology and more adoption of modern technology. It transforming from a mere backyard activity into a major commercial activity with presence of large integrated players with successful implementation of contract poultry farming on a large scale. This transformation involved a sizable investment in breeding, hatching, rearing, and processing activities. Farmers in India have moved from rearing country birds in the past to rearing hive birds such as is Haline, Shower, Babcock, Ross, etc., which ensure faster growth of chicks, low mortality rates, and excellent feed conversion and sustainable profit to the poultry farmers. The industry has been supported by indigenous advancements in genetic capabilities, veterinary health, poultry feed, poultry equipment, and poultry processing sectors. What is the current status of poultry industry in India? India has 1.23 billion people and the number is growing every year. The focus is on development, meaning good food, better health and living condition to everyone. People spend more money on food when they earn more. Healthy food at attractive price will be the issue in focus. Eggs and chicken are accepted by all communities and are available at the most reasonable prices within a span of 25 years. The eggs production has gone up to 70 billion from few millions, and the broilers production has gone to 3.8 million tons from nowhere. Poultry is the most organized sector in animal agriculture, worth rupees 1 lakh crores. The growth is 6 to 8% in layers and 10 to 12% in boilers per year against the growth of agriculture as a whole, which is around 2.5%. So on an average, we can say that the growth rate of the poultry sector is higher than the basic agricultural sector. Now come to the fisheries. We are going to discuss the fisheries sector, the numbers in the fisheries sector and the scheme initiatives taken by the government. India is the second largest fish producing country in the world and account for 7.58% of the global production. So in the earlier slides also we have discussed that in the poultry sector, India stands in the eggs production. India stands third in the world, and in case of meat production, India stands fifth in the world. And in case of fisheries, India stands second. So, the Indian agriculture cultural allied activities have the important place in the agricultural sector, and in case of foreign export, foreign trade from the agricultural sector and contribution in GDP also. The fish production in India has reached an all-time high of 14.60 million metric tons during 2019-20. The fisheries sector contributes 1.24% in the gross value added and 7.28% to the agricultural gross value added. So around 1% fisheries sector contributing to the total gross value added, that is it is significantly contributing in the GDP. The export of marine products stood at 12.9 lakh metric tons with a value of 46,662 crores during 2019-20. The livelihood opportunities provided by this sector have been instrumental in sustaining incomes of over 28 million people in India, and especially the marginalized and vulnerable communities, and has promoted meaningful socio-economic development. So 28 million people are depend on the fisheries sector directly or indirectly, and most of them are vulnerable communities, and especially they are marginalized communities. The government of India has taken several initiatives to harness the untapped potential of the sector, because India have the long sea area, and the potential of fishery sector is much more higher in India, because the India have the uh, long what we can say that area of fisheries sector, and the India got the natural advantage in the fisheries sector. The centrally sponsored schemes, Blue Revolution, that is CWSBR, which was launched in 2015-16 for a 5-year period with a central financial outlay of 3,000 crore to catalyze the integrated, responsible, and holistic development and management of the fisheries sector, ended in March 2020. The Government of India in October 2018 approved the establishment of a dedicated fisheries and aquaculture infrastructure development fund at 7,522 crores. By the end of November 2020, under the Fisheries and Aquaculture Infrastructure Development Fund, project proposal with total outlay of more than 3,467 crores have been approved for 13 states and union territories. As of mid-January 2021, a total of 44,673 Kisan credit cards, that is KCC, have been issued to fishers and fish farmers, and an additional 4.04 lakh applications from fishers and fish farmers are with the banks at various stages of issuance. Realizing the potential and scope and importance of the fisheries sector, a new flagship scheme, that is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, was launched in May 2020 as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package by Government of India, with an estimated investment of 20,050 crores, comprising of central share of 9,407 crores, state share of 4,880 crores, and beneficiaries contribution of 5,763 crores for a period of 5 years from the 2020-21 to financial year 2024-25. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana aim to enhance fish production to 220 lakh metric ton by 2024-25 at an average annual growth rate of about 9% per annum. The ambitious scheme will result in doubling export earning to 1 lakh crores and generate direct and indirect employment opportunities of about 55 lakhs in the fisheries sector over a period of the next 5 years. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana further intends to increase aquacultural productivity to 5 ton per hectare. It is now national average is 3 ton per hectare, but the aim is to increase 5 tons per hectare. This enhanced domestic fish consumption and attract investment in fisheries sector from other sources. Insurance coverage for fishing vessels is being introduced for the first time under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Means the fishers and the fisheries farmers were not included in the insurance scheme, but first time in this scheme insurance coverage provided to fishing vessels, because there is a huge risk and always they work in the risky environment, especially in the uh, especially when there is the some clones or some natural disaster is there. By mid January 2021, proposal with an outlay of 6,567 crores were received from various states and union territories, against which project proposal with total outlay of 2,309 crores have already been approved. So friends, that much from my sides. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, queries, you can ask me. uh, we can see from the above discussion that how the fisheries and poultry and animal husbandry livestock production is important in the Indian agricultural sector, from the viewpoint of contribution in the export, contribution in the employment generation, and contribution in the overall eventually contribution in the GDP also. So these sectors are very important and government is taking efforts to improve the production and enhance the productivity in this sector through different schemes and initiatives. And finally it aims to boost the agricultural sector growth rate combinedly. So friends, that much in this today's lecture. See you in the next lecture.